No, hello, no, hola. Hola. If you're here, it means that you're learning Spanish or that you're just here to see my pretty face. Well, I don't think it's that. Well, if you're only here, I'm Alba. I'm from Spain and I've been teaching Spanish as a part-time job for the last 2 years. I decided to take this to another level and teach more people. That's why I'm creating these videos, and I have my website too, where I have more material if you're learning Spanish. I will leave it here, my website, so you can check it out. Well, before that, I want to say sorry. Obviously, English is not my first language, and even though I consider that I have a good level, I'm gonna make mistakes, because that is normal, making mistakes. So if anybody says anything to you for making mistakes, just say. So this is gonna be a video where I teach you the present in Spanish, and I'm gonna teach you as I teach my students. So basically we are gonna see the grammar. I'm gonna explain the grammar, all the activities that you need to do to learn it and after practice it. I'm gonna show you all my material, but if you want to download the material, you can do it on my website, Alba Fletcher Talks. But before starting, if you are a completely beginner, you're starting Spanish from scratch, you shouldn't be here. You should have a base before starting this. If you don't know the colors, you don't know the family, you don't know how to introduce yourself, you shouldn't be here. Why? Because learning, for example, I write in English, but not knowing how to complete the phrase doesn't make sense. You need to have a base. The first step should be learning the colors, the days of the week, the months, and for that I did different shorts where I teach that, and on my website you can see the transcription, and as well you can download a document where I have more exercises and listenings with exercises so you can practice and learn it having fun, because that's the key when you're learning a language. Have fun and you should enjoy it. Okay, so I'll leave you the website so you can download and have a base before starting the verbs. Okay, so we are gonna start with the present, and for that I'm gonna show you the document where you can see it, okay, and we can go together. But again, if you want to download the document to work on it, you should go on my website and download it. Okay, so vamos. Okay, so let's start. The first thing that we need to know is that there are 3 kinds of conjugations in Spanish. So there are the verbs that they finish in ar, there are the verbs that they finish in er, and there are the verbs that they finish in ir. All the verbs, they're gonna finish like this: ar, ir. This is the first thing that we need to have very clear. The second thing that is basic that we need to know before starting with the present is how to say I, you, we, all of them. So how to say I will be yo, yo. Tú. Tú is informal. So in Spain, we use tú as an informal. How you talk to your mom, to your dad, to your friends, to your colleagues. If you don't work like in a company that is very, let's say, formal, you would talk to people by you. Okay. Usted. In Spain, it is more formal. It's how we would talk to people like the policeman, a judge. If you work in a hotel, you will use more usted. Okay, they will be more formal. But in Latin America, they will use usted. They wouldn't use tú. Okay, in Spain, we do use it. For he, she, it will be él, ella. Then we will be nosotros if we are all boys, nosotras if it is all girls. If it is girls and boys, we will say more nosotros. Vosotros, vosotras, you guys. So it will be when you refer to people, when you're talking to people, and when there are more than one person. When it is 2 or 3 or 4, it will be like something like you guys. Again, this we use it in Spain. Vosotros, vosotras. In Latin America, they wouldn't say it. They will say it directly, ustedes. In Spain, ustedes, we will use it more in a formal way. Okay, if we talk to all people or, for example, policeman, as I said before. And ellos, ellas, ellos for boys, ellas for girls. If it is mixed, we will say more ellos. Okay? So these are the two concepts that you need to have clear before starting the verbs. So let's start with the regulars. So as I said before, we have three endings, okay? And the three endings will be ar, ir. So for each person, we have one ending, okay? So what do? Well, we have to remove ar. We take it. We don't have it, okay? So we take it and we need to add at the end o, as, a, amos, ais, an, depending on the person that you're referring to. For example, let's put another example. Here, for example, cantar, that it is to sing. It finishes in ar. Let's do the present, okay? So the first thing, we need to remove the ar, so be cant. So if I want to say I sing, I will add an o. So canto. Yo canto. Okay? If I want to talk about you, tú cantas, él canta, nosotros cantamos, vosotros cantáis, ellos cantan. Okay? Same with ir. Same way. So we remove and we add the endings. Okay? We have them here in red. So, for example, beber, that it is to drink. So, I drink. How do we say that? Well, we remove the so beb, and then we add the endings. Yo bebo, tú bebes, él bebe, bebemos, bebéis, beben. And that's it. Then with ir, the same thing. Escribir. We remove ir, so escrib. Okay, escribir, to write. So, escrib, and we add the ending. So, yo escribo, tú escribes, él escribe, escribimos, escribís, escriben. One thing, as you see, is that each person has one ending. So, yo es o, as, a, amos for nosotros, ais, an. So, when I say hablo, we both know that I'm talking about me, because o, it means I. But if I say amos, it means we, because it finishes in amos. What does it mean this? Well, practically all the time, we wouldn't say yo, tú, él, ella, nosotros. We would say directly the verb. So we use less words because we want to speak fast, basically. So that's why we speak very fast, because in English, you need 2 words, we need 1. So we speak faster. But you're learning Spanish. For now, use it. It is correct to say it. You can say it. You're starting and you need to have clear in your head that o means I. So if you need to say yo, it is correct. These are the regulars. It's very easy, isn't it? It's very easy. What I recommend you now is to start doing an exercise because you need to memorize the endings. It is good. You should start with that, with an exercise. And then after, make phrases, okay? So you're ready to talk to people and use the present. Don't learn just hablo. What do I recommend you in this document, okay? Well, what I recommend you in this document is first an exercise. And I always say, try to understand what the phrase says. But don't look at the English part. I always have it on the right, but don't look at it first. Just look at the Spanish one, try and translate it, and see afterwards if you were correct, if your translation was correct. Okay, but first try to do it in Spanish. I always leave more exercises in case you want to practice more, you can do it. Then after, what do we need to do? Well, we need to speak. Once we have cleared the endings, we need to speak. So how do we speak? Well, I propose you hear some little phrases, little ones, basic ones, but that you're going to use all the time. Okay? So for example, hablar con mis amigos, speak with my friends. Trabajar duro, to work hard. So you have this part and then the next part, frequency. So how many times do you do it? So what do we do? Create phrases you are probably going to say to somebody. So for example, beber. How do we do the present? Bebo. We remove ER and we add an O. Bebo una cerveza de vez en cuando. From time to time, I drink a beer, I have a beer. For example, visitar a mis abuelos. Visit my grandparents. So we remove ar and we add o. Visito a mis abuelos cada fin de semana, every weekend. So when someone asks you like, oh, do you see your grandparents often? You know how to say it. It's very important to the position, okay? I say it here. So normally all of them, they go after, okay? We say the whole phrase and then we say that. So for example, trabajo duro todos los días, with the exception of nunca, that it goes before the verb. So for example, nunca trabajo duro. So you're learning vocabulary, how to make a phrase, and a structure of Spanish, and all at the same time. And you know now how to say these things if someone asks you. Then after, what you should do, well, continue with the next people, continue with other ones. So for example, with he, with she, okay, and complete. Like for example, my dad. So for example, mi padre escucha música todos los días. As well, this is something that happens to many of my students. They know how to reply, but they don't know how to ask someone in the present. So for example, how many times, ¿cuántas veces llamas a tus padres? ¿Con qué frecuencia? ¿Con qué frecuencia paseáis? ¿Con qué frecuencia trabajas duro? So every time with my students, what we do is like see the regulars, practice a lot, have it clear, because when we start learning Spanish, everything is like very confusing or too many things at the same time. We need to learn the words, we need to understand it. It's better that you do now regulars and then after you will do irregulars. We are going to do irregulars in another video, okay? And we will do irregulars, reflexive, that is a concept that doesn't exist in English. So we are gonna do it in the next video. So I leave you my website, you can practice more. So I hope you liked the video. I hope I was clear enough for you to understand it. Any doubt that you have, you can always write me, okay? Write me down here and I will reply to you. And if you like it, please give a thumbs up because it will really help me. And subscribe because I will be uploading more videos, beginner and advanced level. I will try to do like a little bit of mix so everybody can have different documents and content to practice Spanish. And that's it. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias y muchos besos. After decided to